Okay, so now that I've had coffee, and since the webcam's fired up, uh, my brain started going off on a tangent here, and it's just easier to record this than to try to type it out. And it's just going to be sort of rambling and disjointed, but bear with me. I got started in my video production career in doing documentaries, and so part of that as an editor, and just being part of the production crew period, involved sifting through photographs, old photos, attaching images with the characters of the story, and some of the fun was just seeing, all these old photos. And it just hit me as I've been, updating photos and adding new photos online. We don't really have that anymore. I mean, you still see people at Walgreens and Walmart and, the photo stores, and the professional photographers are still producing prints and things like that, but, it's slowly decreasing for the average American. And, across the planet, we don't have these stacks of old photos that we're going to leave behind once we're gone. And so now we have all this social networking media, Facebook, MySpace, tweet pics. People are uploading their personal photos, their family photos. We have cell phones with cameras that allow for instant capture of the action in ways that nobody ever thought we'd be doing 20 years ago. So I just find it kind of interesting, and I'm kind of curious, what's going to happen 80 years from now. All this stuff that we have floating out on the internet, is it still going to be around? If any of us, really, end up being the subject of research, are people still going to be able to piece together the puzzles? I don't know, it's weird. I'm not really being morbid about this. I'm just really kind of curious. On one hand, we don't have these stacks of paper and chemicals that will be polluting the planet years from now, because if you've ever been in any sort of sizable antique shop, you've seen it time and time again. Estate sales where there's really no family left, or the family doesn't care, or whatever. There's this box of old photos, and suddenly somebody else's life becomes an art project. Kitschy greeting cards or posters, whatever. Which I love, don't get me wrong. I think it's fantastic that people who never thought they would become immortalized suddenly are. Even though we don't know who they are, their image and their face lives on. But you see where I'm getting with this? I don't know. Talk amongst yourselves. That just sort of being nostalgic and reflective on this rainy Saturday morning. But yeah, comment, please. I want to see where this goes and what you guys think. Is all this online media good? Or should we still be leaving behind physical evidence? Just curious.